Friends here is kind of give you how these things happen. Basically, I know you can go learn about certification training, so that's not the video is all about. There's a ton of stuff available. Go Google it, YouTube and all that. So what I'm going to tell you how these things happen and where it's coming from and how it's going to help you in your career, because it's all about, okay, if you want to do, for somebody says, hey, go for AWS certification or Azure fundamentals or Google, but why? What kind of job and what kind of people are doing the certification today and working on your career? So if you're starting your career in the cloud, or if you're already in the IT for a couple of years and then you want to go forward, so this video is kind of a high level overview and will give you an idea, and hopefully it will make sense in the video. So let's get started. So basically, when we talk about the cloud, we say, okay, so usually where it's coming from, mostly it's coming from the on-prem or data centers usually. So companies have data centers, and these companies from the data center, they want to go to either Microsoft Azure, AWS, or maybe Google Cloud, right? GCP. Now, regardless, so if you're already in the market, if you're already working, so you probably be working in whichever, like networking, systems, maybe security, it all depends. So all these cloud, what they have common here is they all have pretty much IaaS, all of them. They also provide you platform as a service, and they also have pretty much SaaS. For example, so then you need to think, hey, you can choose any platform, but again, fundamentals are pretty much going to be the same. When you go to IaaS, let me just give you an example why job exists in this area for the infrastructure as a service, for example. So in this area we're going to talk about, because all these companies I mentioned here, they're coming from data centers. So if the company wants to migrate the data centers, not 100% but 20-30% of their workload, or shutting down data center by 30%, 40% depending, and this is where the IaaS comes in. So it doesn't matter AWS, Azure, or Google. This is where they need sysadmin basically, or engineers, right? And things are going to change, because then the skill sets are different, which I'm not going to go into the details, but you need to transition your skill the way you do traditionally. The stuff where you doing the firmware upgrade, for example, you doing a patching, hardware refresh, right? So those kind of stuff are gonna go away. They don't exist. So what skill do you need? So that's the transition. That's the cloud model you will have to learn and understand. Same thing here. PaaS, platform as a service, right? So today you may be managing Oracle, SQL, and etc. Do whatever the database is, right? So you're kind of managing the farms basically. I'm not talking about single server farms. Basically there could be 10 servers each, or cluster of 24 servers, depending how big, or in one environment, or maybe even 48 servers. It all depends how they're set up. So you're managing those as a platform, middleware, where your back end and front end, and you're managing all these things here as a platform as a service. It could be firewalls and all that. So when you go to PaaS, these things changes, and this is what you need to learn and understand. And again, you're already in the career, you may know it. If not, then if you're starting a career, those are the things. This is how you want to align your career. And third one is the SaaS, software as a service. So in the SaaS, pretty much all of you have email in Outlook, which is run on Exchange. If you go and ask your IT people, and then you have documents in libraries on SharePoint, which is SP, and then you have file server / my documents, What else? You may have some other application like HR and payroll, your HR application, and any one of them. So these are all gonna go to SaaS, which is most probably Office 365 or Google Apps, plus these SaaS app which can be integrated with this and this. So now this is changed, right? And that thing also changed. So that's a transition. So what I'm trying to say is that you need to decide out of all these which career path. And I'm just talking about from, because there are both IT pro and dev. So you need to wanna decide, hey, I want to see myself in a couple of years doing this. So you need to set your goals. You need to set your goals, and based on the goals, you need to take a career path. And I've not even talked about the security, because security is also all on these pillars, and that's a different discussion also. But so you need to understand security work sits on all these three I's, SaaS and PaaS, and how the market is moving. If I'll be sharing in future in the videos, but that's what it is. So you need to set your goals, and how to get there from any of these to here. That's exactly you need to know. That's exactly you need to understand, because that's ton of courses, certification available, and that should be a strategy. Otherwise, what's going to happen in next 3 years, if you plan yourself, or 4 or 5 years, and this is your goals, your career can be bumpy like this. Why? Because you do a certification, but you may not get a job. You do another certification, you may get a job, but not the relevant experience to go on. What I'm telling you, you should be taking an approach and developing your strategy. A steady path, not slow, but a steady path. So you don't have to go to the hoops, ups and down, and get to the direction. So I hope it kind of makes sense. Check out my website, imentorcloud.com, but keep coming back on YouTube for the free stuff. I'll be putting videos and some more interviews. So if you like it, do subscribe my channel, share it, let me know where in your career you're stuck and where do you need help. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you and bye.